Have you ever stood at the edge of a towering cliff or a high balcony, and for a fleeting moment, felt an inexplicable urge to jump? It's not that you want to die. On the contrary, the thought itself seems alien, as if emerging from a part of your mind beyond your conscious control. This unsettling impulse, known as the high place phenomenon, HPP, or in French, l'appel du vide, the call of the void, is more common than you might think. While experiencing this brief but intense sensation, many people wonder, am I suicidal? Why would I feel such a thing if I don't want to die? Surprisingly, research suggests that this phenomenon has little to do with suicidal ideation, and may, paradoxically, be a misinterpretation of our brain's instinct to preserve life rather than end it. One of the first significant studies on this phenomenon was conducted in 2012 by Dr. Jennifer L. Hames at Florida State University. She surveyed 431 students, asking about their experiences with HPP, while also assessing their histories of suicidal ideation, depression, and anxiety. The results were astonishing. Individuals with or without suicidal thoughts reported experiencing the call of the void in nearly equal measure. This groundbreaking study revealed a clear distinction between imagining jumping and wanting to jump. While the impulse can feel unnerving, it does not necessarily indicate a subconscious desire for self-harm. Interestingly, the research also found that people with higher levels of anxiety were more likely to report this sensation, suggesting that anxious individuals may be more attuned to internal bodily signals and misinterpret their survival instincts. Before Hames's study, some psychologists hypothesized that the call of the void might be a misinterpreted safety signal, a way for our brains to alert us to danger. When we approach a precarious height, our survival instincts trigger a fight-or-flight response, urging us to step back. But when our conscious mind catches up, it starts questioning that instinct. Why did I step back? Did I feel like jumping? This self-analysis might lead to a moment of confusion, making us falsely believe that we felt a genuine urge to leap. Another possible explanation is our innate curiosity about the extreme. As humans, we are drawn to the unknown, often simulating dangerous scenarios in our minds to better understand risk. Just as we watch horror films to experience fear in a controlled setting, we might mentally rehearse life-threatening situations as a way to process them safely. HPP also falls into the category of intrusive thoughts, random, often disturbing ideas that momentarily hijack our minds. These thoughts can be shocking, but they are not necessarily reflective of our true desires. For example, someone holding a baby might suddenly imagine dropping them, not because they want to, but because their brain is processing potential dangers. Similarly, imagining jumping from a high place is likely just our mind simulating risk, rather than expressing a genuine wish to act on it. A 2020 study published in BMC Psychiatry by Dr. Tobias Teismann at Ruhr University Bochum, Germany, sought to investigate whether HPP was more prevalent among individuals with suicidal tendencies. The study involved 276 adults, plus an additional 94 individuals diagnosed with aviophobia, fear of flying, to determine whether HPP was more common in people with existing phobias. The findings confirmed that those with suicidal thoughts were slightly more likely to experience HPP, but the results also reinforced what Hames had suggested earlier. HPP is not an indicator of suicidal intent. Rather, it tends to appear more frequently in individuals who have heightened anxiety and a strong sensitivity to internal bodily sensations such as dizziness or muscle tension. Essentially, the more in tune you are with your body's subtle reactions, the more likely you are to notice and misinterpret them. Philosophers have long explored this eerie sensation. Both Jean-Paul Sartre and Soren Kierkegaard wrote about what they called the dizziness of freedom, the realization that, at any moment, we have the power to make irreversible choices. In Being and Nothingness, Sartre describes an individual standing at the edge of a cliff, not fearing the fall itself, but the overwhelming knowledge that they have the freedom to jump. This confrontation with total free will can be paralyzing, creating an existential vertigo, a recognition that our own choices, rather than external forces, determine our fate. Kierkegaard called this the dizziness of possibility, arguing that the fear of heights isn't simply about falling, but rather about recognizing the immense responsibility we hold over our own actions. We fear not the abyss itself, but our own capacity to step into it. What if, instead of a subconscious death wish, the call of the void is actually a reminder of how much we value life? Some psychologists propose that experiencing HPP may actually indicate a strong will to live. The momentary thought of stepping off the edge is not about desiring death, but about consciously choosing life and reinforcing our natural instinct for survival. If you've ever felt this sensation, there is no reason to panic. HPP is a normal psychological experience, widely reported across cultures and demographics. However, if you struggle with persistent intrusive thoughts or suicidal ideation, it's always beneficial to seek professional support. The takeaway? The call of the void is not a voice urging you toward destruction. It's a fleeting whisper of existential reality, a reminder of your autonomy, your consciousness, and ultimately, your deep-rooted desire to live. If you found this discussion thought-provoking, consider exploring the books mentioned in this video. These works delve into existential psychology, human behavior, and the mysteries of consciousness. You'll find links in the description below. Have you ever felt the call of the void? How did you interpret the experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into psychology, philosophy, and the mysteries of human behavior. Let's keep exploring the depths of the mind together.